What's up, dudes and dudettes? Behind me, we have a 2012 BMW X5. Not just any X5, but another X5 diesel. I had one of these in the past and sold it. Unfortunately, it was in a great spec, but you know, I needed the space. But here we are buying another one to replace my 2016 Chevy Silverado that was in an accident. But this is another no bullshit intro. I got a list full of parts that I gotta throw on here, and we're just gonna start with the roof racks. Come along. Here we are in the back of my E92, opening up these roof racks. I got these roof racks from Amazon for about 60 bucks. I don't plan on using them pretty frequently, but I do plan on leaving them on the car. So we will get a great test of how they last. First impressions. I really don't know what to think. They're here. They look like any other roof rack. Nothing special. They are adjustable with Allen heads. Let's try. I'm assuming this, we're going to try and no instruction this too. You know, they're not fancy like, you know, with the brushed aluminum that the OEM ones have, but I'm not looking for these to be pretty. You know, now thinking about it, I should probably put these on last because you gotta mount them to the car first. So let's go up top. It's starting to rain a little bit here, which totally isn't sketchy. Wow. Very much an acrobat doing this. So I'm gonna assume is that the tongue slips in there. But since we're playing on glass here, quite literally, I'm gonna read the instructions. Yada, yada, yada. All right, loosen them first. Hopefully I didn't forget any tools. There is an Allen key. The Allen key fits in here into the slot, and it loosens up the bottom. Now what sucks is that you got to center these yourself. That's some pretty severe thunder. Yikes. Then, I guess you take the tape measure, the paper tape measure that they give you, and check to see how much you're extended. So on this side, I have 19 flat. This side, I have 18. So this needs to move over a half an inch to this side, or half a millimeter, or centimeter. Good night. If you guys hear me sniffling on this video too, just so you guys know, my allergies are still destroying my sinuses. All right, sweet. Even measurements. I can go ahead and lock these down. You know, I should have made sure that they are even. Now be very careful on the sunroof glass. As you can see, I am spreading my weight all throughout the car roof so I don't put it all into one spot, because that's how you break the glass. I got 33.5 here. Now I got 33.5. We're balling. Where'd that tape measure go? All right, now I'm gonna cinch these down, and it's really starting to rain. All right, they've been cinched down. Now I'm gonna run this cross beam through here, or not cross beam, but the rubber insert. I will say putting these on is super simple. Like, you could do this yourself without having to take it to a mechanic. Your grandma could do it as long as she's got the flexibility. Anyone can do this at home. It's not that hard. No special tools required. I'm really impressed. So now we have the end caps. We're gonna put the end caps on. First figure out how they line in. Maybe it's bottom side up, or that doesn't look right. I'm gonna check the manual. Yep, manual said I did it wrong. So I'm gonna have to pull that side off and get you guys a new angle. Here's the new angle. Hoping this wiggles out like so, and it does. And we are putting it bottom in, and dude, that worked freaking flawless. Sick. Now I'm gonna go do the other side. So you do have to cut off some length. Here, it looks like I have about a 1/4 inch to cut off, or 1/2 inch. So I'm cutting off exactly 1/2 inch. The stuff that was hanging off the edge, just a flush cut. Bring it in and pushing it in like that. Boom, one side is done. We got the back rack here. I'm gonna place it roughly where I want it, which is gonna be about so. Yeah, it's gonna be mint. Mint. All right, so now I wanna get back on there, but I'm gonna get an actual tape measure. I don't wanna use the paper tape measure that they supply. I wanna use my own stuff, just a little bit more reliable. All right, here we are coming back up. Now, if you have an actual ladder, I'd suggest using that. Not this, little step ladder I'm using. Be a little bit more cautious than me. You know what I mean? All right, here I am with my ass sitting off the back end. This is not comfortable at all, but it's the same process as before. Loosen up both ends, put it into the only bolt that you can see that has an Allen head in here. Pretty simple. Do it on both sides. Bring them all the way in. And then you also really want to loosen these because it expands the claws at the bottom too. So I'm loosening them up pretty loose so it grasps the rails. And here it's going to be a little bit easier for me to measure because I'm bracing it along the bottom of the rail. What I mean by that is that you have the support columns along the sides here. I'm just pressing it up against those support columns, which means that it's gonna be level on the Y axis. The only one that we have to worry about is the X axis. So, sliding it on, bringing the tape measure out. Here we're doing inches this time. I have 5.5 inches on the dot. Here I have 6, so I need to find the middle of that. It would be 5 3/4. I'm gonna bring it down to 5 3/4. Right on the money. Like I said, guys, it does not get any easier than this. Like, only thing that might be easier is OEM brackets, but who has the time for that? Not me. You just want to get them snug, just like so. Snug. And do a little pull test. You don't feel it moving, you're good to go. Now, I'm gonna place an end cap on there. Only got 2, so I'm just gonna dump them out. Remember, learn from my mistake. The bottom side, the one with the exposed end, goes towards the top. Pops in just like that. Now we are gonna go down to the bottom again, run the rail cover through, and then snip it and put that cap on, and we're done. Here we have the end of the rail cap. I'm gonna grab the rail cover or slide, whatever they wanna call it, The easiest way to feed these in is by giving it a bunch of straight slack like this and just pushing it through. You see how effortless that is? There's no need to grease this, no need to do any of that fancy stuff. Just slide it straight through. And once you feel you hit the end, you're gonna take your X-Acto blade. Here I have a box cutter, and line it up flush against the edge and trim that excess into the trash. No need to pull it out or anything like that, just straight into the trash. Then you're gonna take your cover. Your cover goes in like this. You see that divot there? You push it, punch it, and boom, you got both rail covers or rail crossbars on. Now they do give you a spare length of rail cover. It's not the full length, but it's enough to, resurface it if you need to, cut out a length if it gets torn or whatever it may be. But that is the full install of these crossbars. These crossbars are rated for 75 kilograms, so that's about 150 pounds if I remember correctly. And it looks amazing. I can't wait to throw a load of car parts or furniture or whatever I need to do to throw up there. Preferably, I'd like to put a cargo roof rack on there. Not a basket, but like one of those space containers or storage containers, whatever they want to call them, up there. But it looks great for now. This is Connor with Hound Dog Motorsports. I really, really appreciate you guys watching if you guys have made it this far, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.